Thank you so much for tuning in today. So for the last video in this series talking about KW Command, I'm going to talk about smart plans and things that I just learned this task. You probably already know, but you might not. So I'm going to delve into some things that I think would be helpful to you. So let's get into it. So we are on smart plans, but let me go back to the beginning of the screen because you may not know. I will put this link in the description, but I want to show you actually how to get to smart plans. So when you go to your particular dashboard, your dashboard might have additional things because you can actually customize it here with this customization tab with the pencil. But what we want to do, so if you hover over the icons on the left, so you have contacts, you have tasks, you have smart plans. So we want to click on smart plans. So the smart plans is kind of like a checklist. That's the icon. So unless you get a Twilio account, you're always going to have this box here. So it is a little annoying, but you know, you can exit out of it. But every time you come to, even if you exit out of it, if you sign in a couple times a day or once a day, it's still going to be there. So just so you know that. So what I want to talk about is I want to talk about this address campaign that I created. So if you want to edit a campaign, you click on the pencil. So what I did not realize is you can add a task. So a couple things that you can do with the campaign. So you can create a task. You can create a task to make a phone call. You can send an email. You can send a text message. You can add something to another smart plan. So what I decided to do with this particular smart plan was to create, just once I actually add this person to this address campaign, is going to automatically go to the yearly home valuation campaign letter that I have. So, which you'll see why that's important. I mean, you could do it the other way too, but I just decided to do it that way. I just wanted to show you how to do that. And so that's that. So with the yearly home valuation, I actually have this published. So you can actually go and get that if you search for it. So day one, there is to create a home valuation update. So you actually have to figure out what the CMA is, what the value of the contact home is valued at. Then by day 5, you should have all that together. You want to get your stamps, you want to print out the CMA, do all those things. So the tasks are in there once you actually download the smart plan. Then you want to mail the CMA, and it's going to, the reason why I had the contact name and last name, because it's going to actually come up on your main dashboard. So you'll know who you're supposed to be mailing to that particular day. And then on day 6, you will send an email. It's already created. You can make changes to it if you want to. It's an update to let the contact know that their home evaluation is on its way. And then the final task is to make a phone call to them to let them know, like, what did you think about the value? And I would put like notes in the actual contact to let them know, because if you're mailing the CMA, if you print it out, you're not going to know what you actually sent them. So have some sort of idea, like, you know, take a picture of it, you know, once you download it, put it in their file or something, because you really, if you're, depending on how many you're sending out, you might not remember what you kind of gave them. And I want to say give them a range of what their property value is. And so you can have a nice conversation with them to talk about, you know, what kind of improvements are they making? Are they necessary improvements? Like, every improvement you make is not going to be a return on investment. It might not make sense, because at some point every house will have to sell. So you don't want to over improve something, or if they improve something, make sure it's actually something that a future buyer would like, that is not completely customizable to them, unless they don't plan on leaving. But just advise accordingly. And then talk about if the value has increased significantly, talk about maybe they need to talk to their homeowners insurance agent to see, are they covered if something happens to the house? Are they covered to basically pay for it to rebuild? And so this will actually repeat unless you take it off every 365 days. So you won't, once you set it, it's forget it. It's unless you take that person out of your contacts, unless you remove the smart plan, it will be there forever, every year. So that's what that is. So now I want to show you how to actually add a smart plan to a contact. So we want to go back to contacts and we want to change the filter. So we go to filters, clear this. I don't know why this is like on here all the time. So what we want to do is we want to search for all of the contacts that actually have an address on them. And I would say it depends on how many people you have on this. So I would say stagger this because it could be a lot of people on this list at one time. So I would say, okay, well, how many CMAs could you do a day? So you could say, okay, I'll do 25. That still might be a lot. That is a lot to have to do every day. So, but for this demonstration, I'm only going to do 10, but you could do all of them if you wanted to. So how would you do that? So let me say, I'm going to make sure everything is here. So what I would do is select all, and we want to add to a smart plan. So you see add tag, add to a smart plan. And if I select address campaign, then that will automatically add all these contacts to the yearly evaluation letter. So I don't want to do that right this second because then that's going to be a whole bunch of tasks for me to do. So I'm going to say 10 because I just want to show you how it looks. So select all, add to campaign, address campaign. So then this is what it's going to say. So you can review the contacts if you want to. You would click there to review them. Who's in here if you want to take somebody out of there. If you want to start it now, or I could say, so this is the thing, is say, well, you may not want it to start today because today, as I'm doing this video, it's not going to start today. It's going to start tomorrow, the day after. But say I want to start this like January 1st. So you could do that. So I can click confirm. So I'm going to click confirm. So now the request to start the address campaign has started, and it's not going to officially run until January 1st. So now what I want to do is I want to go into this contact and show you. So you have your timeline, opportunities, and then smart plans. So this is address. So remember when I said that it's not going to run until January 1st. That means because this particular one that I did, the address campaign, is not going to run. So it's not going to start until January 1st. So which means because I actually said, okay, add it to this particular campaign, it's not going to run until January 1st. So it's not even going to add it to that particular campaign until January 1st. So hopefully you understand that. So, which would be the same thing as if I directly said, okay, yearly home valuation letter started January 1st. It's not going to start until then. So you could do either or. I'm just showing you like an example of what you could do. So that is all for today's video. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Scratch that. So I want to also show you. Okay, let's clear this really quick. One more thing I want to show you about filters. So make sure everything is cleared out. So advanced. So I want to find out how many contacts in my CRM KW command are on a smart plan, which I just figured this out. I just found this out. So that's why I was saying, well, can you do that? I didn't know. So smart plans includes any or excludes any, includes all, excludes all, is empty, is not empty. So I would say is empty. Apply. Actually, wait a minute. Right. Okay, go back. Okay. So empty means that the contact is not on a smart plan currently. And is not empty means that this contact is on some sort of smart plan. It depends on what you're actually looking for. So if you want to say, okay, well, if you want to actually tag these contacts to say, okay, well, they're on a particular smart plan. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tag these. I'm going to say smart. Well, actually, I want to say it's on the smart plan. So smart plan campaign. So that lets me know which contacts are on a smart plan and which are not on a smart plan. So that will actually let me know. And then you could do vice versa, which ones are not. So that'll let you actually know, okay, who's on a smart plan, who's not on a smart plan, who do I actually need to make sure that I'm actually following up with, or make sure whatever system that you want to set up with it. It's a lot of things that you actually can do. But if they're not tagged properly, you're not going to be efficient. And so I was resistant to the KW system. I will admit I was using another system. So we have these resources at our disposal. So I want to actually learn them so I can share with you my knowledge so you'll know how to actually use them effectively. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope this helps you in your business. Make it a great day.